Welcome back to the Vale Echo, where mysteries linger in the silence of forgotten streets. Tonight, we step into the unsettling disappearance of Nathaniel Holmes. A young man in his early 20s, Nathaniel appeared like any ordinary soul, captured in portraits of calm reflection. Yet beneath those images lies a story that begins on a quiet suburban evening. He was last seen walking alone down dimly lit streets, the golden light of dusk painting his path in uneasy shadows. Some recall him entering a small cafe, his expression contemplative, while others note the anxious tone in his voice during a late-night phone call. Time seemed to stop at 9:15 p.m., marked by the ticking of a wristwatch, a moment that would forever define the last trace of his presence. From there, the details grow murky. An empty bus stop, hollow in the glow of flickering street lamps, whispers of a vanished figure. Was he waiting for someone or leaving behind a clue? The faint outline of an alley nearby adds more questions than answers. Hours later, his backpack was discovered abandoned on the ground, an eerie reminder that something had gone terribly wrong. By the time police lights splashed red and blue across the neighborhood, Nathaniel Holmes had already become more than just a missing person. He had become a mystery. The night Nathaniel Holmes vanished, the city awoke to a haunting mystery. Within hours, police cars lined the streets, their flashing lights cutting through the darkness, drawing curious neighbors and worried families out of their homes. Detectives quickly arrived, piecing together the fragments of his last known movements. Maps were pinned, photographs spread across investigation boards, and the air grew heavy with questions that seemed to outnumber answers. Soon, missing person flyers bearing Nathaniel's face appeared everywhere, taped to lampposts, store windows, and community boards. His eyes, frozen in print, stared back at passersby, silently begging to be found. The community rallied, friends and family gathered in candlelight vigils, their flickering flames carrying hope into the night sky. Each tear, each whispered prayer deepened the sense of urgency. Nathaniel was not just another name. He was a son, a friend, a brother, someone whose story could not simply end in silence. Search teams fanned out across wooded areas, combing dense forests with trained dogs and flashlights cutting through the underbrush. Volunteers marched tirelessly, some gripping Nathaniel's flyer in their hands, others whispering his name into the void as though he might answer. Technology joined the effort as drones scanned rivers and riverbanks from above, offering aerial views that revealed vast stretches of untouched land, every shadow a potential clue. Yet the more the search expanded, the more haunting the silence became. An empty road stretched endlessly into the horizon, a chilling symbol of Nathaniel's uncertain path. Detectives returned to their offices, their desks cluttered with files, photographs, and unanswered leads. Red strings stretched across boards, linking places, objects, and times, but never pointing to a single, undeniable truth. Adding to the enigma, security camera footage surfaced, a blurry figure walking alone under dim streetlights, his posture resembling Nathaniel, though the grainy quality left room for doubt. It was both a lead and a frustration, offering more questions than resolution. Investigators pressed on, scouring every possibility while rumors swirled in the community. Had he run away? Had something sinister happened? Each theory seemed as likely as the next. The search led to darker places. An abandoned house with shattered windows drew attention, its silence unsettling. Inside, faint traces of habitation fueled speculation. Was Nathaniel there, or was it just another dead end? A note was discovered. As days turned into weeks, the search for Nathaniel Holmes began to shift from desperate hope to haunting uncertainty. The images left behind tell a story, one that leads us deeper into the unknown. Among the evidence, investigators uncovered eerie security footage, a blurry figure resembling Nathaniel walking alone in the distance, his steps seemingly swallowed by the night. But was it truly him, or just another shadow crossing the frame? Attention soon turned to an abandoned house on the outskirts of town. Its shattered windows, peeling walls, and oppressive silence carried an atmosphere of dread. Detectives entered with flashlights cutting through the darkness, uncovering only whispers of a story no one could fully grasp. Inside, a crumpled note surfaced, its words smeared, but one chilling fragment remained visible. Help! This fragile clue raised more questions than answers. Did Nathaniel write it? Or had someone else left it behind, a warning long ignored? On the evidence table, Nathaniel's belongings were laid out like a puzzle begging to be solved. A phone with missing data, a wallet, and personal items that felt ordinary on the surface, but together they painted the picture of a life interrupted. Family members sat at home watching news reports that repeated the same unanswered question. Where did Nathaniel Holmes go? Their faces carried the heavy weight of uncertainty, each day without him stretching like an eternity. Meanwhile, the storm outside seemed to echo the storm within. Thunder rolled over an empty street, as if nature itself was mourning the unanswered silence. Investigators searched relentlessly, combing through abandoned buildings, chasing leads, and stepping into places most would avoid. In one of those darkened rooms, a detective's flashlight revealed footprints fading into blackness, symbols of a journey cut short, or perhaps a path into something far more sinister. But as dawn broke over the quiet town, the mystery remained unsolved. An empty street bathed in pale morning light stood as the last image in this haunting story, a place where answers might forever remain hidden in the silence. And so, the disappearance of Nathaniel Holmes lingers unresolved and heavy, a story that draws us not only to question what happened that night, but to realize how quickly someone can vanish into the shadows.